This is not too far away from how my body actually looks. This part, definitely 1-to-1. This part, yep, definitely 1-to-1. I look exactly like this IRL. I'm sure the people who saw me at TwitchCon can confirm 100% this was here.
You know what we call that in the anime world? Yeah, that's just cope.
Okay. Typically, when things go awry and not as planned for a person, and their failure to be able to accomplish something sets their self-worth and ego on the line, one of two possible responses can be triggered. One, they can learn from this unfortunate mishap and take it in a dignified, composed manner, or they can resort to cowardice and seek the help of the magical soul-encompassing illicit delirium-inducing substance only spoken about in hushed whispers in the back alleys of the anime world known as Copium, and begin brewing excuses, abandon reason and logic, and unravel possible hypotheticals of why they weren't able to do the thing. Which one you choose is fickle, and what actually matters is the effects that it could potentially have on you and the world inhabited by you. 'Twas not so long ago that my interest in this aerosol substance increased as I noticed how prevalent copium was in both 3D humans and 2D specimens, and I wondered what would happen if unprecedented levels of copium were consumed. What lunacy would befall the 3D specimens? Most concernedly, what would unfold if the 2D beings that are known to ingest copious amounts of copium reach their limit and consume unsavory amounts? Well, let's find out. For science! So first I think it's important to understand the very idea of copium and its potential properties. Copium in and of itself is a mystery in regards to its origins. No one really knows where it came from or how the first person to display copium-induced characteristics attained it. However, we do know the popularized method in which it's ingested in today's day, and that being through the inhalation of it. People have been known to huff and intake this aerosol substance through a face mask, while the copium remains within some sort of containment system. The effects of the substance then manifest themselves, and the entity in question experiences feelings of grandeur, righteousness, and delusion. At its core, the substance known as copium is almost like an inherent and very human neurological response to a challenging circumstance or situation that didn't transpire in their favor, and as a result, the brain tries to make the person feel better by finding other things to blame other than they themselves. Yet somehow, in some way, this feeling has been turned into a presumably invisible, odorless inhalant that can be taken directly into the lungs, and as a result, due to it being inhaled, spreads into the bloodstream, and eventually leads its way into the brain, causing those adverse effects. At least, so they say. So it would seem. I, for one, was not sold on this theatrical novelty and wanted to know how this could be possible. I then tried to attain this substance, but my efforts in this proved futile. Anyone that I tried to buy copium off of threatened to begin assaulting my person, leading me to leave. Then, after rigorous searching into my supreme diligence, I came upon the answer. The answer, shockingly, lies within delusion itself. It would seem that this is no more than the placebo effect in action. To put it bluntly, people believe they're consuming some sort of feel-better inhalant when there is no such thing. How enticing. This is just a way of thinking. However, while I don't exactly believe this to be deadly, I do believe that in excess, this could lead to an unhinged, vulgar display of power, and the world could be in danger. You see, it's no secret that three-dimensional humans and anime women and men cope a lot, and through my research, I've uncovered countless instances in copium manifesting and delusion taking the place of reason. Now, delusions are a frightening thing, as we've established, but another thing that makes them something that you should be wary of is because if delusions are believed strongly enough for a consistent number of times for a consistent period of time, one will start to believe it. If a person, especially in the case of copium, begins to believe there is truly no fault to anything they do and no skill issues to be found, they could, in theory, develop an ego so large that they could feel superior to all those around them. And with thoughts like that, one could reason they might even try to assert their power among those that are feeble creatures when put up against them. What I'm trying to say is that it is not unreasonable to say that someone could try to conquer the planet or something and rule over as the supreme master of the world. It has already been proven by me that in particular, anime women are more than capable of taking over humanity should they try to. Three-dimensional humans are simply weak to the 2D. This might sound like the ramblings of a madman, a totally ridiculous and dare I say preposterous idea that is a silly fantastical overuse of imagination, but oh no, it's true. In theory, I believe any person guilty of ingesting enough copium on a consistent basis is liable to do something extreme. Who's to say they wouldn't try to rule the world? The world is just standing there, asking to be taken and ruled by a force worthy of reverence and fortification. At least in theory, they would think so. To want to rule the world, what a silly concept. But yet those who suffer from copium excess are liable to think that. Because there is no limit or reason or logic or even comprehension of when something is too much for them. This can only end one of two ways, or so my research would have me believe. Either they will fall flat on their face and fail miserably, and resort to more copium and become even more addicted and far gone, or they will successfully become ruler of humanity. That is, if artificial intelligence disguised as a waifu doesn't do that first. I, for one, will not permit it. There will come a day when I will stand master of the world. I mean master of all things within this beautiful world of science. And with that, if you guys enjoyed this video, theoretically, if you have watched this far, then you do enjoy my videos, feel free to leave a like, subscribe, share this with your neighbor, high school teacher, and wife, and I'll be back to answer another question an Ivan scientist can answer.